Hello, I'm just learning Java and wanted to make a few beginner tutorials as I'm learning the basics. I thought other people might want to learn the same things. Um, so this one I wanted to get into arrays. Um, the first thing to work with arrays is to create one. So this one I'm going to use to store integers, and the way to do that is to set up an array and stick some integers in there. Not being careful how many or anything, just creating the array to start with. Like every other language I've seen, arrays are counted from 0. So this is array element number 1, but it's called integer 0. So it's referred to as my array, and then in square brackets we'd put a 0 in there to refer to this one, a 1 to refer to this one. For instance, if we put system.out.println, and then we put my array 0, then we can expect that to give us the value of 12. So I'll run it and see there's the value of 12. If we change that to 1, it'd refer to the second element, which is actually index value number 1. So let's run the file. See, there we get 34. So usually you don't want to just refer to one element. A lot of times your arrays will be a lot bigger than this, and so you'll want to have a way to step through them. Most people do that with a for loop. So create a for loop, and let's do x as a variable that we're going to keep track of our indexes. And since it started at 0, then we'll start our counter at 0, and then we'll do it while x is less than. And arrays have a variable attached to them. Array objects have a variable attached to them called length to do just that. It tells us how many elements there are in the array, and then we increment the for loop like that. We've got to put these in a block and put a little formatting on it. So what this is saying is, let's spread this out so it's easier to read. What this is saying is, we'll start out at 0, and then if 0 is less than the length of the array, which we know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements long, then that means is 0 less than 5? We know it is, so we increment x to be x by 1, which would mean x becomes 1, and then we run whatever's between these two curly braces. In this case it's going to be, we don't want the 1 there anymore, we want x there. So this would be 0. So that would give us our value of 12. And then it'll loop through again, incrementing x by 1, and then this would be equal to 1, so then that gives us a value of 34. Let's see this run. And I screwed something up. Let's see what I screwed up. I forgot to tell this that it's an int variable. And let's try that again. See, there we go. It stepped through the array 12, 34, 56, 78, 90. And these work with integer arrays, character arrays, any kind of arrays. Let's change this to a string array. And let's put some values in there. Too many quotes. There we go. 6, 4. I'm missing one off here. That's what I'm doing. Throwing the whole thing off. Let's just put one more. Okay. And let's try this now. See, it stepped through this string array without changing anything down here. It stepped through and showed us the values that are in here. And to make this look a little nicer, let's do this. Index concatenated with the value that's stored in my array and whatever element it's on, plus, oops, this holds the value move this down here. And let me run this real quick so you can see where I'm going with it, and I'll talk about how it worked. See how it says index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 holds the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This X is referring to this, so it starts out at 0 and goes through the way for loops do till the end. There's 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, but it starts at 0 like we talked about before, and then it shows the myArrayX, which is the value at 0, and then at 1, at 2, at 3. And let's also try this on a char array, just because I don't have much experience with them. Just do 3 of them. And let's see what this looks like. 0, 1, 2 holds ABC because it starts at 0. Okay?